It's Flo's Friday Night Sports Show, and it's time for us now to have a look at what's going on in KNT Netball. And joining me on the line to help us go through last weekend's round of matches is Sally Bywater. She's back again. Hello, Sally. You going all right?
Oh, all good. We can't complain.
Other than the freezing cold, I imagine it'd be pretty chilly down your way.
It is a bit, but, hopefully if the sun keeps shining through the day, we'll get through the cold mornings.
That's what it's all about. Let's have a look at last weekend's round of matches, and we will start with Border Districts, who keep on keeping on. They had a good, solid win over Bordertown, 55-35. So that's a good win for them. It keeps them at the top of the ladder.
Yeah, obviously still undefeated. A great 20-goal win there. 7 up at half-time and just soldier on that second half to have a good 20-goal win, which, Boardtown's still winless, but, yeah, not too bad, but just not quite up to the standard the Border District girls last week.
That is true. It leaves them now as the only undefeated team in the competition, given the upset win by Penola at home against Keith, which, from memory, I reckon you picked this last week. Outdoors, Penola 53, Keith 44. That's a huge win for Penola.
Yeah, I think I did. Just that main reason being outside, and I do know the conditions weren't fantastic at Penola last week, but didn't obviously affect Penola because, a great 9-goal win there. They're only 2 up at three-quarter time, so a fantastic effort there. And again, April Possingham from Penola shooting 36 of those goals at 93%. So she's just had a phenomenal year, which is great to see. But, keep that first loss of the season.
Yep, that's a big win for Penola. Other matches now, Kybe Bolite, this is a big win for them. 52 over Narracourt 42, and it just keeps Kybe Bolite in the finals picture, doesn't it?
It does. They're not that far out now. I didn't predict this would happen. I thought Narracourt might have got the win here, but we did say Kybe needed to win these games to make finals. So they've done that, got that 10-goal win. They were 13 up at half-time, so Narracourt made some changes that bridged that gap, but not quite enough to get over the Tigers last week.
And the last match of last weekend for us to talk about an important win for Mundalla. Not only a win, but a big win in terms of percentage building, just what they needed. 77 over Padthaway 38, who are still winless for the season. But Mundalla now sort of locked in on percentage to that 5th spot on the ladder. Yeah,
absolutely. As I said, they needed to have these wins again. And huge win here, which will hurt their percentage at the end of the year. But I just can't believe it's 77 goals on a bit of a windy day. I did hear there may have been some hail out there last weekend.
Oh, wow.
So a fantastic effort by the Mundalla girls to shoot 77 goals.
Absolutely, and you'd say under those circumstances, when you've got 115 goals scored in the game, gee whiz, they played it like it was a dry day.
It didn't affect them, the weather, obviously.
Yeah. If we have a look at the A-grade ladder now, given that there's no matches this week, that's right, isn't it?
That is correct.
Yep, country champs for the footy. So the netballers get the week off because the footballers can't be bothered playing. Is that right?
That sounds about right. But with all this women's football, I think there are probably 10 or 15 girls affected playing in football. So, it's probably good to have the weekend off as well. So we're glad for it.
That's right. And you're exactly right. We should make mention that. It's not just the boys playing the country champs. The girls having a kick too. So,
yeah.
All right, if we have a look at the ladder, so I mentioned it, Border Districts are the only undefeated side left of the comp. They've played 8 and won 8 to be top of the ladder at the moment on 16 points. But Keith are also on 16 points. They've just played 1 game extra, won 8, lost 1. And there's not a lot of percentage between those two. And I think in terms of class, probably not a lot of difference between those two.
Oh, absolutely not. I think, when these two get to play each other near the end of the season, we're going to see some great netball, I would think, those last 2 games before finals. So I can't wait to see those games. But, I think they'll definitely be there in the top 2 at the end of the season.
Much the same with 3rd and 4th on the ladder, actually. Penola, 7 wins, 2 losses. Lucendale have only played 8 games, so they've had 2 byes, and they are 6 wins and 2 losses. So whilst they're a game back, they've actually got a better percentage than Penola, and they've got a game in hand.
Yeah, they've got the best percentage in the whole competition. So who would have thought that? 61% is not bad over the season. So and had 2 losses. So, of course, I reckon that's the top 4 for the end of the year, and there's not much between any of them, really.
Tell you what, we must have some big games coming up because that top 4 between them this season so far have only lost 5 games between them. So at some point they'll have to be playing each other, I'd imagine.
That's exactly right. Because we've had this make-up round at the end of the year, so the teams will play 2 in a row. That's 4 districts playing Keith and Eastern playing Penola. So they do actually play each other twice in 2 weeks at the end of the season.
There you go. Now, the battle for 5th spot's also interesting. So Mundalla hold it at the moment. They are 4 wins, 5 losses, and percentage 51.96. Now, Narracourt, they've played 1 extra game. They've played 10, according to what I'm seeing here. Is that right?
It did say that, yes, because they have 2 byes at the end of the season.
Right.
So,
yeah. Okay.
They won't be playing them 2 games, so they are a game up above everyone, or 2 games. That's correct.
Right. So they're on equal points at the moment, but as we just mentioned there, they played 1 extra game. So they're 4 wins, 6 losses, percentage of 49.05. Then you go back to Kaibi Bolite, who are just the 3 wins in 7th spot. So just 2 points back from a berth in the top 5. But their percentage is 46.45. So not a lot between those 3 teams.
No, when you look at 5% between them, 2 points between them, that's a real battle for 5th spot towards these last 6 games. So anyone can make it. And, all of them will have to be winning those games and winning quite well, I would think, to make that 5th spot.
Yeah. Then we've got Bordertown and Pathway, who are yet to crack it for a win in 8th and 9th spots. So should be a very interesting run home when we get back into action next week in the final few weeks of the season.
Oh, absolutely. I can't wait to see it, because I reckon there'll be plenty of movement still to happen in that ladder, and it's going to be set up for a great final series, which we want to see in our A-grade competition.
Agreed. All right, Sally, well, enjoy the weekend off. We'll catch up with you next week and preview the next round of matches in KNT Netball.
It sounds fantastic. Thank you very much.